Bible that they have today, it's not the word of God in its entirety, because it has many contradictions. It has many contradictions, yeah? And I mean, I can show you the contradictions, but this is something you can investigate for yourself. So we believe, one second my friend, so we believe, right, today, how can this book be the word of God and it has absolute clear contradictions?
When you talk about the Bible?
This is the Bible. Because I'm making a if someone can find, well, okay, well, if someone can find it with the Quran, there's no contradictions in the Quran. There's no, people can try to find it. There's no contradictions.
If you were in my shoes and you were agnostic, and someone, oh, you said you were a Roman Catholic, right?
Yeah, I was a Roman Catholic.
Okay, so was there a point at which you considered all the different religions and...
What happened with me, Ruth, I reached a point in my life where I was searching, yeah, and I belonged to a particular organisation. You know, I started looking at black history, and I found that, wow, I started becoming a bit racist, and that wasn't me, because I was brought up with black people, white people. I had a friend who was Anglo-Indian, etc. Yeah, a lot more things. So I realised this wasn't me. So when obviously I had a foundation in Christianity.
Right.
But my entry into Islam was nothing spectacular. I decided to become a Muslim, but it's when two Muslims was giving dahwa, which we say, when they were calling some non-Muslims to Islam. When I heard them mention the virgin birth, because as a Christian, I believed in the virgin birth, and when I heard these guys come out as a new Muslim, when I heard them talking about the virgin birth, I was like, whoa! That's when all my investigation really started looking into it. So when we look at it, when we look at Islam in terms of the text, books, the revelation, yeah, what I'm saying to you, we find that the current Bible that we have today, it has contradictions in it. So we can no longer say this is the word of God.
Why do I, at the end of the day, I'm living a life, as far as I try, I'm being kind to people, I'm not being violent, I've got my morals.
Yes.
Why do I've got a social network.
That's a good question.
Why do I need a religion? Why do I want, and why do I...
Because I've explained to you, look.
Because otherwise I'll go to...
But let's explain it, because if I just give you one word, it will not make sense. Let's look at this, Ruth. So I have to go back to the original point here. God created us. For me, remember, this is your choice, you know.
Yeah.
God created me. I believe I should be thankful for the one who created me. But that's what I'm saying.
That's the core bit that we go back to, because I find it hard to imagine, and you really explained to me that there is this incredible God that is just, perfect in every way. I really find it hard to then comprehend the idea that He would care so much whether I thanked Him and whether I looked to Him and understood this particular book, rather as long as I am living a life that's caring, because it doesn't make sense to me that being that is so powerful and would He not have the power to change?
Mankind is prominent in the eyes of God, isn't it?
Yeah, the point is
prominent.
What I'm trying
prominent creation in the eyes of
this is what I'm saying, but this is see, brother, you know what it is? What I was trying to do with Ruth, yeah? I understand Ruth's standpoint, but you know the point I'm trying to make to Ruth is, yeah, I'm looking at thankfulness. I'm giving Ruth the example that it's not can I just make that point, Ruth? Sorry, if you don't mind, yeah? Because I understand you, but I'm trying to make the point to Ruth here. Not as human beings, we show gratitude when we're given something. And I'm saying the greatest gift that we have been given is life. God has given us life. We experience.
See this gratitude thing.
So why?
For me, the issue that I have with it as well is about there's a power thing that's linked to this gratitude. Because why is it? Because if we all have to be thankful and we all have to come together, and it's a thing. It makes me feel uncomfortable as someone outside the religion. I would have to step in and be thankful and
but Ruth, you know what it is?
That at the end of the day, we are all human beings. So the fact that you have a faith and you're saying, look, I've got to reach to this, I understand this, and I know that there's this God, well then you're in a quite a powerful position to that. There's a power element there, isn't there, that I have to then go along with what people are saying that this God is saying.
No, Ruth, forget people. Ruth. I'm going to try to simplify it for you again. I'm probably going to repeat myself again, but you're going from a slight different tangent about people. I'm saying to you, Ruth, because what I'm doing, I'm trying to give worldly examples to demonstrate how we, as people, as human beings, we are thankful when we are given something. So what I'm doing with you, we can give several examples, how people are thankful towards their parents. Your parents, I mean, imagine that. I'm going to give you an example. Let me just give you an example. At least, I know it might sound to you a bit long-winded, but let me explain it to hit the point home, to show gratitude, why we believe we should worship God. Think about this, your parents, you was a baby, and I'm giving an example here of how we should have gratitude towards our parents, Your baby, right? If your parents had left you after you was given birth to, if they didn't look after you and nurture you, you would die. There's no question about it. So one would not struggle to understand that we should have some gratitude towards our parents.
I know
this is the natural gratitude.
Shamsi gives an excellent example about, for example, if I give you £2 million, like would you call me 5 times a day, for example? And the person said, I'll call you 20 times a day. £2 million. Would you at least remember me?
So this is
the reason this analogy doesn't land for me.
But I haven't finished. Can I finish it, Ruth? If you don't mind, I know.
Okay.
See,
But there's a flaw.
That's fine. But what I'm doing, remember, and I'm being consistent. I know the recording is. We started recording quite in the middle of the conversation, so some points were missed here. So I'm going to repeat certain things here. Remember, our duty is to convey, and I'm giving you. If you don't understand it, that's fair enough. But what I'm trying to say to you, Ruth, I'm giving you clear, worldly examples to demonstrate when we should be grateful for something.
So in your analogy, I would be thankful for my parents for bringing me up.
Would you be? Can I ask you? Would you be thankful?
I would be. But in that analogy, my parents are there. I can see them and I understand them. So there's not a leap of faith involved in it. So
beautiful. That's fantastic. So
your
now,
parents aren't threatening hell if you do something wrong.
That's right. That's fine. So that's fine. Do you know what it is? People can say whatever they like. It's absolutely fine, But can I finish that point there? Because you're going to bring another point here. Because so what I'm hearing from you now is the fact that you cannot see God. Because what you just said, Ruth.
Let me just say one thing, right? It's not just that I can't see Him. It's that people on this earth, who we're all equal to, are telling me that He's there. Now, why should I?
So we're asking other questions now. See, this is what happens. We keep jumping and jumping and jumping. I want to try to deal with a point, then move on. We gave the example about the mother,
Right.
Now, and what your words were, Ruth. But you would be thankful to your mother. You agree,
My mother, who I can see and understand.
Right. So now the fact that you're emphasizing see and understand, I can infer from you is the fact that you can't see God. Is that the problem that you're having? Because you're using the example.
We have 5 seconds.
So is that the reason? Is that the reason?
Yes, because I don't know that this thing is there, and if it was there, if there was a God, it doesn't make sense for me that God would be
So we're asking another question, right? But we're jumping. You know what it is? Do you know what it is, right, Ruth? We're I know because you've got a lot of things to say, and so have I. But I want to try to deal with things step by step.
We're stuck on this point.
Remember, it's your choice. I'm only conveying. But the point I'm making to you, I'm going to keep repeating it. But the point I'm making to you, I'm inferring something from you that you cannot see God. This is because you gave the example of your mother. I'll be grateful to my mother because I can physically see her. So, are we now saying the only way we can prove the existence of something is that we need to see it?
No, you made that argument up yourself. That's not what she said. You're just making up your own argument.
No, you never heard. No, you didn't. I said, are we?
Yeah, I know.
Is that a question?
What you're saying
are we a question? Wait.
I
No. I will tell you what I said. No. Let me tell you what I said. I said to Ruth, because we was having a nice conversation, It's an interjection. I said to Ruth, I said, Ruth, let me repeat it. The fact, and I'll tell you what I said about infer. When Ruth said,
did I quote you correctly? I think I did.
No, let me mention it. When I gave Ruth the example about the mother, because we're talking about gratitude, yeah? So Ruth agreed that the fact that I gave the example, when she was born, her mother nurtured her mother looked after her, etc. So it makes sense for her to show gratitude towards her mother. And she said, yes, because I can physically see her. So therefore, I inferred from what Ruth said.
She said
the blind people.
She said,
Right,
said that she would be praising of her mother, and you said it's because you can see her.
No,
the blind people can't do this. The blind people can't do this.
So this is
It's not the only reason.
The thing about that I can't understand is this idea that you feel so strongly about things that I would have to recognise. And the only reason that I have to do that is it seems very important to organised religion that they get people on board and that they believe. Now, my concern around that is that there's a sort of human.
I don't see it like that, but I want to talk about it from an Islamic perspective. We need to get, and I'll tell you why I'm calling you. Right.
Perspective, that's how it feels. It feels worrying that sometimes if you do need to subscribe up to the religion, actually what you're subscribing up to sometimes is powerful people within that religion, and that then you are, and that
Can I explain that? I want to deal with this powerful people. Right, I want to deal with this powerful people thing. One of the things I have to say, as Muslims, as people of faith, people's method of delivery often, I was going to say sometimes, often can be incorrect, often can come across in a particular hostile way, etc., etc., etc. I get this, Ruth, yeah? And I'm going to repeat myself again. And listen, I'm going to tell you a verse in the Quran here where you can see why I've repeated myself about it's your choice, yeah? In the Quran, I'm going to tell you the Arabic because it was a language Mohammed spoke 400 years ago. Yes, that's correct. That's
you'll
correct.
burn in hell if you don't believe it.
No, but we can put it in context. That's fine. I'm going to put it in context. That's fine. That's absolutely, because that's your choice. That's absolutely your choice. Wait. Can I finish? All right.